Okay, quick look through Thursday's end of day closing screens. Gap down, just an absolute bore of a day, isn't it? Wide spreads, drifty market, really slow action out there. It's on the table for the bears to push it lower, isn't it? It's on the table. They haven't done it yet, but kind of looks like theirs for the taking. But as you know, news can knock this tape anywhere, can't it? Let me just juggle some screens. Cheers, James, sound and vision. So a little bit boring at the moment, isn't it? Just coming back and not much to see after a bit of volatility, but we jumped through the hoops. Just to shout out, there's a few people, because I haven't been keeping track of the annual subs, there's a few people who are out of date, and I've sent messages to them, and they're in chat, and you know, they're just ignoring me. So, you know, just let me know. It's as simple as that. You know, I'm not here to be messed about. Put a lot of work in what I do here, and you know, it's, you know, just let me know. Reply. Moving on. Try to get off my high horse. We're in a pullback, you know. Leading markets are still, you know, we're still just loaded with precious metals, even though they're just having a bit of a break at the moment. That could change. Oil and gas, everyone shouts. Yeah, you know, there's been an aggressive pop in the oil price. You know, sometimes it's better trading the oil price than the actual stocks, isn't it? If you can't see, and you know, we deal with themes all the time. You know, every market cycle, you know, new themes come and go. You know, the real basic stuff is a breakout or a pullback, you know, and you know that you could have bought BP on this day if you wanted to be involved in oil, and then it dipped back in. You could have bought it again here. You know, it's not like the stocks aren't there, is what I'm trying to say. You know, some of them have already gone through, and you know, this is my two Penathon themes today. Usually, you know, it's like by the time gold became a theme, we'd seen all the growth stocks. Oil, you know, I'm not seeing the type of stocks I like to trade in the oil market, but in fact, I should just load the GTRS up, because it'll give us something to do again, won't it? I'll just I've already shared the oilers, but just 2 seconds while it loads up. But the thing, you know, these large cap stocks, this is how they trade. You know, they chop around here, there, and everywhere, don't they? So this is the issue with them. Let's just. I think I can't remember where the Ukraine war started, but we have to just jump into to find it, don't we? I presume it was this little 22, was it? Because it's 4 years since now, isn't it? So I think it was this spike up here at the beginning of 22, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I just want to, you know, just this is why beginning of 22. So we've got this. Well, BP's actually kind of. I mean, that was it, and then it did keep going for some time. Now, I just want to show you a large cap efficient stock and the kind of beta you get out of that. I mean, it's like a 30% move, isn't it? Available, and if you bought it on the pullback, a bit more, 50%. So that's what I'm trying to get. I'll get a lot of questions on. What about Oilers? Tell me which Oilers got beaten. That's why I'm a shorter term swing trader of more efficient main market stocks. You've got to find the ones with beta, and I can't remember the one we rode it in the past, but so I've just ordered these, and an SEPL you're going to get more beta than a BP, even though they're both kind of showing similar on the GTRS. Gas in the tank. None of them are really accelerating on the turnover, are they? And really, that could change. That could change. I would say if oil producers were ramping up oil production, you would see it in the turnover, wouldn't you? But we just haven't got that. So sometimes you've just got to say, well, shorter term, if you need to be a moth to the flame, maybe you just go to the oil price and just trade pullbacks or something. Get your filth another way. I mean, I'm sort of talking to myself here. Get your fill another way. I mean, ITH is one to me what looked kind of half decent, and maybe on a pull, I've already sort of a real breakout and a pullback. But the trouble is, it's had to do that to break out. It's had to go up 70% to break out already. But on a pullback, yeah, maybe for a next leg. As you can see there, it's a big difference in beta. What can you get out of a stock like BP? Well, swing moves. A big move on the back of the last oil spike was 30 to 50%, maxed out, and then you just look at a stock what has gas in the tank. A large cap stock, FTSE 100 stock, gas in the tank. This one's over 50% for me from a kind of loose entry, not a tight swing entry. So it's just helping the cause, but it's another. It's great if you get a large cap from a tight swing entry because they give you a really good weighting straight away, and then you hold it for a 50% run. That really. I mean, this one's okay for me. It's okay compounder, but yeah, it's not the same as catching a nice trend in a stock what's got a reason to really move. And I know it's in a different area, but AT technically challenged, but has a little bit more gas in the tank. Let's go and have a look at it again, and I see the case. I do see the case. Acceleration on the pre-tax there. Turnover deceleration, but still heading in the right direction. And yeah, was prelims are here, but I think we've already jumped forward from the yeah, here. So we're already looking forward on this one. So yeah, you know, I do see the case. I'm going to stick that on my watch list actually, but it's not a bona fide obvious sort of GTRS stock. It's more of a you know, potential early nibble if it looks worth it. So let me know what you think. Right, there's not going to be much in the screens today, so I'll just jump through the hoops as I do. And if anyone's got anything they want to look at, talk about, if I can hit the right button. 6-month closing highs. It's absolutely throwing it down here. Lightning before as well. We got 27 today, and it's industrial metals and oilers. This is an investment trust. Tufton Assets. Yeah, I totally see that line in the sand there. Totally see it. What you usually find with these is you've just got to go and have a look what they're invested in, because you know, I prefer to trade the stocks, but I totally see it. For those who like those kind of things. UTL. Rentokil breaking out there of this previous sort of base here. Again, another FTSE 100 stock. You know, it's hard to get too excited about them. Well, what about back here? Well, it wasn't a FTSE 100 stock back here. You know, it was a great run of this, wasn't it? Not one I ever traded long term. Bit of a lane jumper, but not the most orderly. Moving on. Circle continues. Yeah, I can't remember this one. I feel like I nibbled at this once and it just didn't work. I feel like I got involved over here and I just sold out of it. Can't remember. No, I didn't trade the IPO. But I'll punch it in. You know, it looks a bit light on its forward numbers. In fact, I've got to just press the button on the GTRS. It is light across the board apart from turnover, so no point me punching it in. PP JSC. I know I've had a nibble at that one before, but it didn't turn out to be probably up here somewhere. You know, it's got the look of a base with supply, hasn't it? The CPL is the one what. Same again, you know, it's a choppy trader, isn't it? It's had its moments, but it's you gotta, you know, these little lane jumps here. It's done those actually again, you know, against the oil price. It's done this run, so you know you got to give it credit for what it's done. It's just you know, with the oil price, it might have been a different story. You know, it's just been going it alone in a little bit choppier manner. Into the swing points. I've got 25 on the swing points today. So, few oilers, pharmaceuticals, precious metals, just a mix really. So we'll buzz through these. Utilities, what's that one? Harvest minerals, no forward on that. CTP. I'll put them both on the watch list, those, because at least I mean, for me, you know, obviously they're not an area where I buy these things, and but but it is really obvious. The ones I would go for are really obvious, aren't they? Not so much that one, but this one and this one having some gas in the tank. They're the ones I would veer towards if I were to get involved in oilers. This one here is a lose less scenario. Sainsbury's. Another FTSE 100. Chop Fest. Saint Street and Mulberry. Yeah, so you know, nothing to see. Didn't expect to see anything really, but we turn up and we turn over the stones. Let me just quickly. The end of day only had sort of rent to kill on, so I didn't even. I just left it in the signals. Didn't bother going screen grabbing one stock. So back up to the highs on that on the USO there. Bit of dollar strength today as well. And sideways stay on the lows on TLT. Let's go and have a look at Bitcoin as well, just in this sort of bear channel again, isn't it? So yeah, I'll keep it short. I did a bit of work in my personal spreadsheets today and just uploaded it. I just did you know, on the calculators page. I was just doing a few of the if errors on there to make it a little bit cleaner when you haven't got any numbers in. But I loaded that one. Okay, leave it there. See what tomorrow brings. Cheers all.